A local nonprofit organization has made it their mission for the prevention of cruelty to animals, the relief of suffering among animals, and the extension of humane education. They have an event coming up that'll leave you howling at the moon, and all the details are coming up on Polk Place. Hello and welcome to Polk Place. I'm your host, Brian Lacey, and joining us in studio from the Humane Society of Polk County is the president of the board of directors. She's Tracy Green. How you doing, Tracy?
Great. How are you, Brian?
Doing great. Always a pleasure to see you. And Laura Sutton. She's the executive assistant to the Humane Society of Polk County. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
Doing fine. And Zelda. Wow. I know, I'm talking to you. You are so gorgeous. And you wear costumes. Zelda is he's one of the shelter mascots. How much preparation does it take to get Zelda to wear the costume?
About 2 seconds.
Really? Just a willing
put it
participant. He's kind of a therapy dog of sorts,
Right.
isn't he?
Yeah, she goes to some of the local elementary schools and the children read to her. It's a wonderful program we have called Pause to Read, and it helps the kids be more confident when they're reading, and it has been proven to improve their scores in their testing. You know, a dog won't correct them when they make a mistake. So, and it's funny, at the beginning of the school year, some of the children are very afraid of our dogs that come into the program, and by the time we leave, they're all crying because they know that that's it.
Now, how long has Zelda been doing this?
About 7 years now.
She's
she's
very relaxed, isn't she?
Yes, she's 8 years old. She's a little hot right now in the costume.
Yeah, and the studio lights, and the costume has got a little bit to do with the event. We'll get to that shortly.
Okay.
But Tracy, as president of the board, talk to me a little bit about the mission of the Humane Society of Polk County. What do you guys do?
Well, we are the voice of the animals when they have none. That's number one. It's, you know, education to the community, our spay and neuter programs, taking care of animals that have been injured or abused, and the other wonderful programs that you were just speaking to Laura about, such as the one going into the school systems. There's many more items that we do other than adopting pets in the spay and neuter programs. We are a wonderful partner to the community, and again, like I say, we are the voice of the animals, and that is, of course, the number one mission.
One of the things that's really come to light in the last year, you guys have got a brand new home, and it's kind of state of the art. Let's talk about the new facility. You guys were kind of in a old house type deal.
You can say it. Yeah. It was held together with duct tape and bubble gum. We know that.
Yep. And then all of a sudden, you know, you called me up and you said, hey, I want you to take a look at something. We rode out there and you said, this is the new home. Not too far away from it. Let's talk a little bit about the new home. And the cool thing about it, it's an efficient facility,
Absolutely.
green-wise.
It's a green facility. Many years in the making, of course. That's been on the dream, on the wall for many, many years, and through economy issues or whatnot, when the bubble burst, of course, that put things on hold for us. We did have original plans to build on another property, but you know, in our heart, we weren't feeling it was the right one for where we needed to have our forever home. So we were able to purchase an old warehouse on Dundee Road, and then the transformation began. It only took 120 days when we did start, and then we have a new state-of-the-art 12,000 square foot eco-friendly facility, which has beautiful rooms for the animals. They're more family-style cat areas. You don't come in there and see all these animals in small cages where they're afraid and they're so timid. We have a more family-like atmosphere to the best of our ability. The runs for the dogs are, like I say, more home-like as well. And so if we get dogs from one family that get surrendered to us, we can now let them be housed together and be in very large rooms, very eco-friendly, from the way we use our water to the LED lighting and solar. We are a solar facility. Very proud, I gotta tell you, that this 12,000 square foot facility is now costing us only $21 for electricity.
Wow.
And that's really the connection charge. So, and a building that size, to give you an example, could generate $2,500 to $3,500 in electric bills per month. And especially with this hot weather, I mean, I just could not imagine that. So we are great partners for the community, and this ensures longevity for the future. Of course, we paid more on the front, but it's for the basis of the backside and keeping all the money that we can going back into the facility to help these animals and all the programs that we offer to the community as well. And so I do ask everybody, if you have not seen this new facility, you need to come out there and take a tour. You will be amazed. We have grooming areas for our pets now. We have areas for the sick separated from the other animals, and the air handlers do not transfer air back and forth, so that way if an animal is sick in this containment room, it's not circulating air and making other animals sick. And that actually, people that deal with shelters, that's one of the #1 problems. For example, cats get upper respiratory infections so easy. It's like a kitty cold or flu. Well, you know how easy that spreads in humans.
Exactly.
Imagine in an area so large with all these animals. So now we can contain that for the animals separately from cats and dogs, and then the general areas of cats and dogs. So we're really, really doing the best that we can to keep them healthier, keep them happier, so they will be better pets to be adopted out to get that forever home as fast as possible.
As with any nonprofit organization, fundraising is the lifeblood of the organization. With a facility like this, I know you guys do a lot of stuff. We were talking before the show started. You adopted out several animals last weekend, but the chance to hold an event in this facility and the folks to see how, what better term to say, that being fiscally responsible with the donations that you get. Talk a little bit about what that facility does for you guys in order to do this fundraising.
Absolutely, because the property is a lot larger, as we discussed, but it also sits on 5 acres. So now we can host more community events in our back area, and those same areas are also the areas that allow our dogs to get daily exercise in. So because they get to come out and run around and play with our volunteers and staff members. But also we have a multi-purpose room that was built into the facility blueprint as well, so that we can also host meetings or small events indoors. And actually we are coming up with a plan to be able to rent out that facility to other organizations that maybe need area for a small party or business meetings or such, which will of course help us with a little bit more income stream, just helping the whole total package with the money going back into the care of our animals.
And you like the transition, Laura, as long as we're talking income streams, might as well talk about Howl at the Moon, right?
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about it. This is an annual event for you guys.
Yes.
What exactly is it?
It's our 7th annual Howl at the Moon. It is a community event that we invite the entire community to come in and to participate. We have been very blessed that this is the 4th year in a row that the Lakeland Winter Haven Kennel Club has sponsored. They're our official sponsor of the event, and we have lots of vendors that come in. Some of our vets that are around town, they'll have booths set up. We'll have people selling honey. We'll have food vendors. We'll have like Rick's Barbecue, Abuelo's, Tallulah's by the Sea will be there. Just wonderful partners, in the community that will come out and have their goods there. And the vets will be there to give advice and pass out little goodies. But it's an opportunity for the community to come and to make donations, whether it be cat litter or toys, food for the animals, cash is always good. But to see our facility and see how it operates. We'll have our hours will be extended that day. We'll be open to the public from 5 to 8, which is the time of the event. And people can come in and adopt. We can give tours through the shelter to, show people, what we've done and accomplished. It's an amazing facility, and we have to pinch ourselves every day when we walk in. We're just so grateful for what we have now and what we can do to help the community out.
Yeah, as you said, you guys have great community partners helping you with no matter what the cause, what it is. What are some of those partners that are always helping with Humane Society of Polk County?
Some of the vets in the area that participate and help us out would be our next door neighbor, Veterinary Healthcare Associates, Dr. Vargas at Orchid Springs, Dr. Rayburn with Paul Haven Animal Hospital. To be honest, any time that we call and ask the vets in the area, I've never had one turn us down with the help. Our local groomers, if we have a dog that comes in that we just are not professionally able to groom it the way it needs to be because it's all matted up. Grooming Deals, which is very close to us, will, for no charge, groom this dog and trim its nails and make it pretty again so that it can go out on the floor. And it's a transition for the animals. When they've been groomed and they're all, pretty now, you can see it in their personality.
Yeah, it's the pride.
It's just, it's wonderful with, the people we have. Today and Tonight magazine. Every month, they will, if we're having an event, they'll give us a full page spread. They list our animals every month, for us to help us out. We're very, very grateful for, all the people that come in and help us out. And
Winter Haven Dodge has always been a great
Yes,
partner.
yes.
Bright House now,
We
Bright House
just-
Networks, Charter Network.
Yes, they've always, given us free commercials and come in and helped us with, not just Howl at the Moon, but with our fur ball that we had. We are just, so lucky to have all different realms of, businesses that will come and help us out. Gourmet Goodies, downtown Winter Haven. Carissa has been, very gracious to donate us whole sheet cakes and help us with some of our events.
We've mentioned a lot of the community partners, but one thing we haven't mentioned yet is your volunteers. Talk to me about the role that the volunteers play in helping you guys achieve your mission in finding forever homes for these animals.
Our volunteers are wonderful. Right now we have lots of volunteers because it's summertime and the children have to go ahead and do community service hours for school. But they come in and they get to know these animals and they get to know them better than like I do because I'm usually in the back. So when we go and do an off-site adoption, if we take a volunteer with us, they know these animals inside out. They push all the cute things about it. This past weekend, we took 2 young men with us up to PetSmart at Posner Park, and we did not leave until they were all adopted, and they did it. and it was the 2 young men that helped us out with getting it done. But they help us clean, they help us restock. They basically do everything we do except for the vaccinations of the animals. We are very grateful because it allows us to keep our staffing down, when we have volunteers come in and help us. And we want all our money, we can't do all, but we would like the majority of the money that comes in and is donated to the shelter to go back into the animals.
As we had mentioned, volunteers and sponsorship opportunities abound. How do folks go about doing such with you guys?
They can either call us at the shelter, and that's 863-324-5227, or they can go on our website at www.polknokill.org, and they can fill out a volunteer application. They can come into our building and fill it out. More the merrier.
Tracy, as I like to call you, a media savvy individual, one thing that you guys jumped on from the beginning is the social media craze, and you guys are really on the cutting edge of that. How does that help you guys achieve your mission?
Well, the executive director, Lisa Baker, is very vigilant about always posting as much as she can on our Facebook through the Humane Society. Gosh, I think that we're at over 7,000 friends on that, and it gets shared, of course, quite a lot. And we always make sure that she has animal information on there, maybe the photos. And one thing that's very important is to show animals going home and how happy they are with their new families going home. So they're always taking photos to push that information out. And then what we also love is when people send us stories and updates on animals for the success stories that we love to see and hear, and then those she likes to pop back out there as well, because that's what we're about. We want these animals to be healthy and happy. They deserve it. I mean, they're a living creature. They deserve a wonderful life.
It shouldn't just end with the animal going out the door. There should be a continuing story of sorts.
Absolutely, and that's what we love it when we get those stories back from people, you know, when they've gotten acclimated to their new family and they send us photos of how spoiled they've now become and, you know, that they are a member of their family. So that's very important for us to see. So we always like to share that on our Facebook, you know, for everyone else to see the success.
Well, Tracy, Laura, Zelda, guys, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate you coming in, sharing the story, and Zelda, you are a trooper, girl.
She's going to win that costume contest.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming in and being a part of the show.
Thanks for letting us be
Thank
here.
you.
The Humane Society of Polk County invites you to join them for Howl at the Moon, presented by the Lakeland and Winter Haven Kennel Club. Now, Howl at the Moon is a family-friendly, pet-friendly event that includes a pet costume contest, pet adoptions, raffles, and a whole bunch more. Local vendors include vets and pet-related items, and food vendors include abuelos and tallulahs. Howl at the Moon is scheduled for Saturday, October 1st from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Humane Society of Polk County, located at 3195 Dundee Road in Winter Haven. Now, this is a free community event, and everyone is asked to bring a donation of dry dog or puppy food, dry cat or kitten food, and scoopable litter. If you need more information, you can give them a call at 863-324-5227 or look them up on the web at www.polknokill.org.